Hello everyone, it's Mr. Birchtree here. Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make this iron farm that's behind me. This iron farm was made by my friend Mystic, who plays on the Castlecraft Season 3 realm with me. It's entirely her idea, and she gave me permission to make a video about it and post it. To our knowledge, we have never seen a iron farm tutorial quite like this one. It uses basic iron farm mechanics. And one nice thing about this one, it even allows your villagers to be in the open in the middle, so you can even trade with them if you wanted to. So in order to build this farm, you're going to need 7 stacks of building blocks. At least 2 of those need to be glass. You're going to need 20 villagers, 20 beds, 20 workstations, 72 signs, 12 lava, 20 water, 28 powered rails, 12 regular rails, 8 redstone blocks, 4 chests, 2 hoppers and minecarts, and then 2 hoppers. Now one thing is, these last 6 blocks here that you're going to be needing, everything right of the powered rails, those are completely optional. That's just for your collection system that'll be at the bottom of the farm. So if you don't want to do that, by all means, don't worry about it. You can come up with your own design maybe. Now we're going to be starting off. First things first, you need to find a spot of land that's at least 100 blocks away from a village or any other villagers. You're going to place 1 glass down like that, then 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. So you have 6 wide there. Now, in any direction, you're going to come off and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then 11. So it should be 6 by 12. You're going to then continue out this way and then this way to make a rectangle. Now again, that is 6 by 12. You're then going to take your workstations. I'm using Fletcher's tables for the sake of this video, and you're going to place 10 of those on each side, so it's going to be on the 10 blocks that are inside here, just like that. So you're not going to put any on the edges. You're then going to fill in this floor. Now this part has to be glass, as the iron golems could potentially spawn here if you do not put glass there. You're then going to want to fill up these areas, so put the glass over top of the fletching tables or whatever block you decided to use. The only block here that has to be glass is the top one, as they need to prevent iron golems from spawning. So once you complete that, that is basically your villager holding area done. In order to finish your villager holding area, what you're going to do is come over with your 20 beds and place them down. It really does not matter how you place them down as long as you have 20 beds inside. And that is 20. So far you should have something that looks like that. It's a 6 by 12 area so far. Now, it's a good idea to go ahead and do those 4 blocks like that on the inner 4 ones on both sides. So you'll have 4 on the outside of these that you do not need to cover up. If you want to cover them up, by all means, go ahead. It's just a little bit easier for remembering doing it like that. So now you're going to come onto the 2 edges here and expand out by 5 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. And then connect that and fill that in completely. That's going to prevent iron golems spawning from over here. It will also allow you to access your villager area pretty easily. You're then going to put a wall on the outside of this. You'll see why here in a minute. That's very simple. You're going to go ahead and do the exact same thing over here. So again, that's 5 blocks out. And the only blocks here that need to actually be glass are in fact the top ones, in these bottom ones here that are on the floor. If you don't want to do glass on the metal ones, by all means, don't worry about it. It's just for making a tutorial video. It is very easy to use glass, as you can see through it and see what is going on very easily. Coming off that area that you just finished, you're going to place some more glass. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. You're then going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8. Just for now. You will be placing more glass here in a minute, but it just makes it easier. You're going to fill this area that you just did in with a solid block. It can be anything. I recommend not using wood. I recommend using stone or quartz or something like that, as it will ensure that it will not burn up due to the lava. You are then going to want to fill up this glass that you just placed up to 2 blocks tall. If you want to place higher than that, by all means go ahead, but this is the minimum of what you need. You are then going to hollow out this area here in the ground just by 1 block. And it's going to be 4 wide, and it's the entire depth of the area right here, with the exception of the perimeter. As you can see, that is what it's going to look like right there. So we are going to grab our powered rail, our redstone block. Place the 4 redstone blocks down, just like that. Place the powered rails like this, with the regular rails curving to make the turn. You are going to repeat that again. More powered rails. You're now going to want to come over here to the corner of it and dig it out a little bit. It's going to need to be too deep for where you put your chest. You are then going to crouch, put a hopper on that chest. You are then going to crouch again and put a rail over that hopper, and then continue the rest of it just with powered rails. This is completely optional. You don't have to do this. If you have your own preferred way of doing collection systems, by all means go ahead. However, the hopper on a minecart makes it so much easier. And actually, I do believe it's a visual glitch right there that the hopper is not showing up in the cart, but I promise it is there. You're then going to fill that up with glass over top. And then you're going to put the wall up, continue that over those 4 blocks. And you are actually going to, in fact, cover up these top 4 like you did in the center. Coming off of what you just completed, you're going to continue this out with glass blocks, and that is going to make a perfect angle right there with the other side of your farm. You are going to repeat the process that you did over there on the other side, so if you need to rewind a video and go see it again, by all means go ahead. But it's very simple. All you're basically doing is filling with glass, and then you're going to take your regular blocks and fill in the area down here. This is actually where the iron golems are going to be spawning, is on these blocks right here that I'm placing. That's why they need to be something that's not glass. But basically any full block will work as long as it's not something like glass or leaves. After that, you're going to go ahead and grab your water, and you can do this basically just 2 buckets of water and just get an infinite water source and keep on repeating. But you're basically going to fill in these 5 spots right here, no more and no less. This will push the iron golems into the kill chamber. So let me go ahead and finish the other side of this farm, which is identical to this side, and I'll be right back with you. As you can see, I went ahead and finished the other side, and again, it is identical to the other side. So now what you're going to do is go right there where the 2 water kind of have that empty dry spot, and on the eye level layer, you're going to want to go 1, 2, oops, dropped it, 3, and then 4 for your signs. On the outsides of that, you're going to want to do 1 more on each side. And now what you're going to do is do the exact same on the other side. So it is a total of 6 signs there in a row. And then what you're going to do, once you place those signs, is it doesn't matter which side you go off of, but you basically want to continue it out 3 signs. As you can see, I can no longer place any, as it is full. You're going to do this on the 2 outer layers on both sides. However, for the 2 inner layers, you are not going to want to place those signs quite yet, as I have a little bit of a trick to show you guys for placing the lava. Right here, that is the 3rd sign. So now, what I'm going to want to do is put the solid blocks right here in the inside. That is temporary, but it will make placing the lava a lot easier. Now what we're going to do is on the metal 3 signs for both of the sides, you're going to place 3 more. So it's just a simple little row just like that, and that will prevent lava from spewing over. You're going to do the exact same thing to the other side, just like this. It might be a little hard to line up for your clicking, but just give it some time and you'll get it. Now, over these 6 solid blocks, you're going to want to place lava on all 6 of them. And as you can see, it looks like it's going to roll over, but it actually doesn't, because if you place the signs just right, it'll keep it from rolling over. Now it's time for a bit of a tricky part, but now you have to get rid of these temporary blocks. So you want to be very fast about this, but all you're doing is destroying 1 block at a time. I recommend starting with the 2 edge ones on both sides, and then just placing a sign on the sign that's against the wall. As long as you're really quick about this, you should be fine, as lava takes a little while to start flowing in the overworld. But once you do that, that is actually all it is to it. And that is one side of your farm completely done. So now what we're going to do is do the exact same on this other side. Since this is something that's a little bit more tedious to do on this farm, I will go ahead and show you guys this again on this side. It's the exact same again, but all you're going to have to do is place those 6 signs against each wall. And if you can't remember where they go, well, it's based off of those 4 blocks there in the center that have no water on them, and it's very easy to see that. So now you are just going to place those 3 signs once you place them against each wall. So there's basically 3 signs that are suspended in the sky. Again, you are not going to want to place these signs in the middle 2 rows, as you are going to place the temporary blocks there instead. And that is 6 blocks there. Once again, you're going to place these 3 signs on the edge. This is something that's very important to do. I'll even admit I forget doing it sometimes, as it's just something that, you don't really see those signs when the farm is completed, so you kind of forget about them. But if your lava is rolling over, make sure that's the first thing you check, as that is normally the first thing that I mess up on. So once you place those 6 lava sources on those 6 blocks, you're going to go underneath the farm again, and you're going to destroy those temporary blocks. Be very careful about this, as it's very easy to destroy one of your signs that you might have already placed. Just make sure to take your time and line things up perfectly, and as long as you go quick enough when placing a sign, everything will be fine. Alright, and there you go. That is actually, the farm is complete. There's only one step left to do, and that is to add in 20 villagers. So we're going to go ahead and spawn them in, obviously, since we're on creative mode. But on survival, I recommend maybe having a villager breeding system, or just get villagers from a village that are over 100 blocks away, that are really easy to put into this system. Obviously, you are going to want villagers that have professions, so if you get villagers that don't have professions, or like those green ones, you're going to want to get rid of those. And it won't matter too much if you kill them and stuff, or at least it shouldn't, mainly because it's not like you're necessarily trying to trade with these villagers that much. Now you can, obviously, if you want, but it's more important to have villagers that have the professions that will help spawn in the iron golems. As you can see there a minute ago, one of them actually already spawned in on the left side there. And I'm sure if we wait here for a minute, another one will spawn in. It's not the fastest farm in the world. However, for how easy it is to build, getting the amount of iron that you do per hour, which is about 2 to 2.5 stacks, depending on how efficient your farm is and if there's any lag in your world, or if there's perhaps even a villager trading system or a village close by, that will impact how your rates are. So I said at the beginning of the video, but obviously I do recommend having this system at least 100 blocks away from whatever village or other villagers that you have nearby, as it makes life a heck of a lot simpler. And actually right there's another iron golem that just spawned in. So if you're curious to know how this farm actually works, it's very basic. It actually just takes the very simple mechanics for iron golems spawning in around villagers, and we have it, where the water will push these golems into the kill chamber, which will be collected. This is the maximum distance that the iron golems can actually spawn from the villagers. And what this allows is that it allows us to control where these spawn in at as we place glass everywhere. If you want to place more glass around just on the floor, like one layer, by all means go ahead, especially if you're having issues with your farm. However, it should be good. I think one of the benefits to building this farm is that you can build it relatively quickly, especially in survival mode, in comparison to those farms that are up high in the sky, which many iron farms are. So it's just something I really like. You might not get the best rates with this in comparison to them, but at the end of the day, you still have a very nice iron farm that will be stable. If you like this video, please like and subscribe to the channel. It means a lot. And if you have any improvements that we can actually make that you found out from building this, please by all means let us know. It helps us out a lot. Thank you.